Welcome back to Daily Discovery Diaries.
Today, we're going to explore January 16th. So let's get started.
Number 1.
On January 16, 1991, the US-led coalition launched Operation Desert Storm, marking the start of the Gulf War. This military campaign aimed to expel Iraqi forces from Kuwait, which Saddam Hussein had invaded in August 1990. The operation began with a massive aerial bombardment targeting Iraqi military infrastructure. The coalition's overwhelming firepower quickly weakened Iraq's defenses, setting the stage for a ground assault that led to Kuwait's liberation in February 1991.
Number 2.
On January 16, 1809, British troops under General Sir John Moore clashed with Napoleon's forces at the Battle of La Coruña in Spain. The battle occurred as the British were retreating toward the coast, pursued by French forces. Although Moore was killed in combat, his army successfully secured a defensive victory, allowing their evacuation by sea. The battle played a key role in Britain's continued resistance against French occupation in Spain.
Number 3.
On January 16, 1942, the systematic deportation of Jewish residents from the Łódź Ghetto in Nazi-occupied Poland began. The victims were transported to the Chełmno extermination camp, where they were murdered as part of the Nazis' final solution. The Łódź Ghetto, one of the largest in Europe, had been established in 1940 to confine Poland's Jewish population. These deportations marked the beginning of mass executions in Chełmno, one of the earliest extermination camps used by the Nazis.
Number 4.
On January 16, 1945, as Soviet forces advanced toward Berlin, Adolf Hitler moved into the Führerbunker, an underground shelter beneath the Reich Chancellery. The bunker became his final command center, from which he issued military orders during the last days of World War II. Isolated and increasingly paranoid, Hitler remained there until his suicide on April 30, 1945. The Führerbunker later became a significant historical site symbolizing the collapse of Nazi Germany.
Number 5.
On January 16, 1959, Austral Líneas Aéreas Flight 205 crashed shortly after takeoff from Astor Piazzolla International Airport in Mar del Plata, Argentina. The aircraft, carrying 51 passengers and crew, went down into the Atlantic Ocean under unclear circumstances. The tragedy remains one of the worst aviation disasters in Argentina's history, leading to investigations into air safety standards.
Number 6.
On January 16, 1969, the Soviet Union achieved a major milestone in space exploration when Soyuz 4 and Soyuz 5 performed the first-ever docking of two crewed spacecraft in orbit. This mission also featured the first crew transfer between spacecraft, conducted via a spacewalk by cosmonauts Yevgeny Korunov and Alexei Yeliseyev. This achievement demonstrated crucial capabilities for future space missions, influencing the development of space stations and international space travel.
Number 7.
On January 16, 1979, Iran's last monarch, Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, left the country amid growing protests and political upheaval. His departure marked the final stage of the Iranian Revolution, which led to the establishment of the Islamic Republic. The Shah and his family initially sought refuge in Egypt before moving to several other countries. His exile paved the way for Ayatollah Khomeini's return and the transformation of Iran's political system.
Number 8.
On January 16, 1983, Turkish Airlines Flight 158, a Boeing 727, crashed in foggy conditions while approaching Ankara Esenboga Airport in Turkey. The aircraft broke apart upon impact, resulting in 47 fatalities and 20 injuries. Poor visibility and pilot misjudgment contributed to the disaster, highlighting the risks of landing in adverse weather. This accident remains one of the deadliest in Turkey's aviation history.
Number 9.
On January 16, 1992, After years of violent conflict, the Salvadoran government and the Führerbunker National Liberation Front, FMLN, signed the Chapultepec Peace Accords in Mexico City. This agreement officially ended the Salvadoran Civil War, which had lasted for 12 years and resulted in at least 75,000 deaths. The accord established democratic reforms, demobilized rebel forces, and integrated former fighters into civilian life, marking a crucial step toward peace and stability in El Salvador.
Number 10.
On January 16, 2012, the Tuareg-led National Movement for the Liberation of Azawad, MNLA, began an armed rebellion in northern Mali, seeking independence from the central government. The conflict soon escalated as Islamist militant groups joined the fight, leading to international intervention. France launched Operation Servile in 2013 to counter jihadist forces. The war caused widespread displacement and instability, continuing in various forms to this day.
Thanks for joining us to explore historical milestones. If you enjoyed today's discoveries, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.